Welcome back, lads. This is going to be a quick review of Gaahleri airbrush. This is the Mobius 0.2 dual action airbrush, which is kindly sent to me. Inside the box lid we get a little diagram, which is quite handy. Get a little diagram of what all your components parts are. Yeah, that's pretty good, that. Excellent. And then we have instructions, quick guide. This is in English. We've obviously got different languages, French and German, Spanish I think. Got a little card with all their social media on. And then if I can get it off, well, we can actually use that for paint effects, can't we? And then we get the airbrush. Comes with a little pack of O-rings and some washers, a bit of lube, always handy to have a bit of lube, and then the airbrush itself, which is a 0.2 dual action airbrush. It's got a Mac valve and a setting switch. I can't think what it's called. What do they call it? Fine adjustment knob. They call that a fine adjustment knob. It comes with a quick release as well, which is really good. If I can get the cup out, you can put the cup on. There you go. Quite heavy, seems to be pretty well built. I won't take it all apart. Just take this back portion off to get to your trigger adjustment there, and obviously you can withdraw the needle from there. Get that back on. As I say, it all feels nice, no rough edges, that's nice and tight. Now you're not really meant to use any sort of lubricant on your needle, especially if it goes through the nozzle, because you're just going to contaminate the paint. But this is a nice little touch. You've got your cutout here, which you can just apply your lube in, so you're not going into the wet portion of the brush. And of course, then if you see it leak, if there's any leaks here, the O-ring goes here sometimes. Obviously, the paint's going to come out of it, and so you'll see it, sort of filling up all the back handle section. Very good. What I intend to do, because this is brand new and of course it's going to work perfectly, what I intend to do is to prime up a bit of card, as you would do normally, usually using normal thinners, and then we'll do some paint effects, do some spraying and see what it's like, and then obviously we'll use this on the next couple of projects exclusively. So we're going to be priming with this. We're going to be, even though it's 0.2, you can still prime with this. We're going to obviously be spraying paint, lacquers, obviously some acrylics potentially, and then we'll do clear coats as well with this. So we'll do everything through this one airbrush, and we'll see how we get on. Hopefully it should be tickety boo. That's what I'm hoping for anyway. There is if you're interested, there is an affiliate link which I'll pop up in the comments below. You could follow that, please. That would help me greatly. That'd be awesome. And obviously, once you do that, you can pop in your discount code, which is TimsScaleModelling, capital T, capital S, capital M, I believe. And then you can grab your bit of disco, and then you can just go and fill your boots. That would be great, especially for me. Anyway, there you go. That's a quick look at the Mobius 0.2 airbrush. So this is just basic priming on a that piece of plasticard. It's not really a fair test in my opinion, because for what I do or what we do, never really spray on a flat surface. So we're just showing the overall performance of the airbrush. I've got to admit that the my priming could be a bit better. This is Mr. Surfacer 1500, thinned with Mr. Leveling Thinner, all pretty normal standard stuff. And we're going to use Tamiya XF1, the black, obviously. You know, it's a generic, general purpose paint everyone uses, so I thought we'd better use that. Thinned as normal, so I thought, but this is going down a bit too thin, as you can see. It's a lot thinner than what I would normally spray at. And it's on a flat surface, which is I'm not used to using. I haven't got any paint. I should have done is prepared like a paint mule, but I haven't got any. Well, I have actually, but yeah, less said about that the better, I think. So it sprays down quite nicely with the cap on. Now I've taken the paint cap off here just to try and get some thin lines. Now all the 2 or 3 brushes that I do normally use have got that forked open needle cap, for want of a better description. I'm not a professional, you've probably realised that by now. This has got an enclosed needle cap, and I'm not really used to using it now, so I've taken the cap off to get some try and get some finer lines, and as you can see it does that to a degree. Let's put the cap back on, just for some more blocking in work. The brush feels quite nice in the hand, not too light. There's a big blob just so it can do blobs. Not too light, not too heavy. There's obviously a lot of open areas within the brush, so that takes out a lot of weight. So it's performing quite well here. I didn't use the Mac valve on this. I would have give you a comparison with some lacquer, MRP lacquer, because I said before I was struggling a little bit with getting my thinning ratios correct. I think I had the bottle of black I used was it was pre-thinned and I've over-thinned it, but I thought we'd better try with some lacquers, what I would normally use to spray up. And again, taking the cap off to get some fine lines. I'm trying to avoid this being a commercial for MRP, to be honest with you. Bit of black basing, which actually is a technique I've come away from recently. Just wanted to see how it would be, and it would be fine for black basing. Get some nice fine dots and some squiggles, figure of eights. Just blocking that in now. They work great, actually, to be honest. Works both very well with the acrylic XF paint and the lacquer MRP. And they both clean up nicely, to be honest with you. There was never an issue with clean up. on both occasions. Although I must admit, I have to say, my initial cleanup at the beginning, I always like to flush out with water right at the very end, and it didn't like it for some reason. It kept, I don't know, maybe it's something I did, I would imagine. It didn't like having water blown through it. But anyway, so go onto the website. You've all used websites before. They do a better range of brushes than I thought, and some markers. Look at that. Looks lovely, isn't it? So I'm not teaching you how to suck eggs here, but this is just to show you, show myself, to be honest, that the discount code was actually working. So pick up an airbrush. This is good value. 2 needles. Look at that. 40 quid. It's really good value. So into the basket. To come down here, look, and it tells you what parts that you need. Should you need parts. So get into the basket there, and there it is, TimsScaleModelling. So it did work, and it does work, and it is a current code, which I was just, as I said before, I'm just showing you this just to show myself that the actual code worked. Last thing you'd want to do is do all this and the codes don't work. So final thoughts. Well, to be honest, it wasn't the best demonstration, I must admit. Trouble thinning the Tamiya paint. It is an old bottle, but anyway, regardless, it does seem to be quite nice, to be honest with you. We will find out in due course. I've got a project starting very, very soon. In fact, as soon as I tidy up here, we might even get that on the go. So keep checking out my social media, and we'll include this as well as the model I'm going to be building, and then we'll have a real decent find out on actually what this the airbrush is like. As I said before, this is available through an affiliate link. I'll drop the link here down below somewhere, and you get a bit of a discount as well. So if you can do all that, that would be absolutely amazing. Help me out no end. A couple of little thoughts. This could be tighter, and the actual cup could be bigger as well. But anyway, that's by the by. I will see you soon, chaps.